Once I was 7 years old, my mama told me, go make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old. It was a big, big world, but we thought we were bigger. Pushing each other to the limits, we were learning quicker. By 11, smoking herb and drinking burning liquor. Never rich, so we were out to make that steady figure. Once I was 11 years old, my daddy told me, go get yourself a wife or you'll be lonely. Once I was 11 years old. Always had that dream like my daddy before me. So I started writing songs, I started writing stories. Something about that glory just always seemed to bore me. Cause only those I really love will ever really know me. Once I was 20 years old, my story got told. Before the morning sun when life was lonely. Once I was 20 years old. Only see my goals, I don't believe in failure. Cause I know the smallest voices, they can make it major. I got my boys with me, at least those in favor. And if we don't meet before I leave, I hope I'll see you later. Once I was 20 years old, my story got told. I was writing about everything I saw before me. Once I was 20 years old. Soon we'll be 30 years old. Our songs have been sold. We've traveled around the world and we're still roaming. Soon we'll be 30
test
years
1 2
old.
1 2 test 1 2.
I'm still learning about life. My woman
come
brought
through.
children for me.
Test
So
1
I
2.
can sing them
Test and
all my
mic check
songs
for the
and I
Precise
can
Tech
tell
camera
them
crew.
stories. Most of my boys are with me, some are still out seeking glory, and some I had to leave behind. My brother, I'm still sorry. Soon I'll be 60 years old. My daddy got 61. Remember life and then your life becomes a better one. I made a man so happy when I wrote a letter once. I hope my children come and visit once or twice a month. Soon I'll be 60 years old. Will I think the world is cold, or will I have a lot of children who can bore me? Soon I'll be 60 years old. Soon I'll be 60 years old. Will I think the world is cold, or will I have a lot of children who can bore me? Soon I'll be 60 years old. Once I was 7 years old, mama told me, go make yourself some friends or you'll be lonely. Once I was 7 years old. Once I was 7 years old. Whoa, hey, whoa. I've been waiting on the sunset, bills on my mindset. I can't deny it, getting higher, higher than my income. Income's breadcrumbs. I've been trying to survive. The glow that the sun gets right around sunset helps me to realize that this is just a journey. Drop your worries, you are gonna turn out fine. Oh, you turn out fine. Fine, oh, you turn out fine. But you gotta keep your head up, oh, and you can let your head down, hey. You gotta keep your head up, oh, and you can let your head down, hey. I know it's hard, to remember sometimes, but you gotta keep your head up, oh, and you can let your head down, hey, 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 hey. I got my hands in my pockets, It's kicking these rocks, it's kinda hard to watch this life go by. I'm buying into skeptics, skeptics mess with the confidence in my eyes. I'm seeing all the angles, thoughts get tangled. I start to compromise my life and my purpose. Is it all worth it? Am I gonna turn out fine? Oh, you turn out fine. Fine, oh, you turn out fine. But you gotta keep your head up, oh, and you can let your head down, hey. You gotta keep your head up, oh, and you can let your head down, hey. I know it's hard to remember sometimes, but you gotta keep your head up, oh, and you can let your head down, hey, hey, hey. Only rainbows after rain, the sun will always come again, and it's a circle, circling around again, it comes around again. I say only rainbows after rain, the sun will always come again, and it's a circle, circling around again, it comes around. But you gotta keep your head up, oh, and you can let your head down, hey. You gotta keep your head up, oh, and you can let your head down, hey. I know it's hard, to remember sometimes, but you gotta keep your head up, oh, and you can let your head down, hey. And keep your head up, and you can let your head down, and keep your head up, and you can let your head down, and keep your head up, and you can let your head down. Sing, oh, no, 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 no.
Please rise.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning, everyone. It is my honor and pleasure to welcome family, friends, and esteemed guests to the Stokes Early College High School graduation for the class of 2026. We are incredibly excited to see you all here and celebrate our outstanding graduating class and all our hard work over the past 4 years.
Hello, Falcons. You parents you're going to be glad to not get that phone call every Sunday night, right? Welcome. I'm David Durham, and I'm finishing up my 6th year as principal of Stokes Early College High School. It is a pleasure to be here with you all this morning, and it's hard to believe how fast this year has gone by for me, and I am sure that it is the same for you, even though I'm sure that at some point you may have thought this day would never get here. On behalf of the Early College staff, I want to welcome you all here this morning as we celebrate the Stokes Early College High School class of 2026. I would like to introduce and welcome some special guests this morning. From the members of the Stokes County Schools Administrative Team, Dr. Jared Jones, Assistant Superintendent, and Director of Instructional Technology and Public Affairs Officer, Dr. Kimberly Thompson-Harrison, who is our photographer here today. From Forsyth Technical Community College leadership team members, Dr. Paula Dibley, Chief Officer for Student Success and Strategic Innovation. Did I get that right? Yeah. Okay. Ms. Mason Sawyer, Vice President, Holistic Success Services. Thank you for being here. Mrs. Holly Kidd, our Stokes County College Liaison. And Mr. Eddie McGee, Forsyth Tech Trustee and Stokes County Arts Counselor Director. And Dr. Wayne Mabe, Associate Dean of Programs and Services for Stokes County. And members of our Stokes County School Board, thank you for being here this morning, Mr. Justin Duncan and Mr. Vaughn Robertson. Thank you for being here. Any former Stokes Early College staff and other Stokes County District personnel, thank you for being here this morning. Also want to thank the Stokes County Sheriff's Department and specifically Sergeant Ziegler for their presence here today at school events and on our campuses each and every day. If there are any special guests that I missed, welcome you all here this morning. Next, I extend a sincere welcome to our parents, grandparents, extended families, and friends of our graduates. I want to also welcome and recognize our Stokes Early College teachers and staff for a brief moment. These guys in the corner. Can't put baby in the corner, but we'll put these guys in the corner, right? We celebrated Teacher Appreciation Week a couple of weeks ago, and I can't thank them enough for what they do each and every day. Please show them how much they are appreciated with a round of applause for all they do for our students. A special thank you goes to our senior team, our English teacher, Miss Katie Lemons, and our school counselor, Miss Jennifer Spargo, so thank you guys. And thanks to our junior marshals who are here this morning helping with our program. But most importantly, I want to welcome this group of young adults sitting here before me this morning, the group that we are here to celebrate, the Falcons of the Stokes Early College High School class of 2026. Just for your knowledge, this is being live streamed and recorded, so you don't necessarily have to record, you can, but it will be posted, and then we want to thank our partners at Forsyth Tech for doing this for us every year. So what can I say about the class of 2026? Well, first of all, most of you started here 4 years ago. You entered your first semester having Miss Christian Smith for physical science, Miss Lemons for English 1, and several of you had Miss King for Math 1. Did you know that that was Miss Lemons' first English 1 class at the early college? Did you know that? Also, some of you weren't prepared for college-level PE when Miss Harmon actually made you work out. Man, these guys got it easy now, right? But several of you competed in that 5K race in March. So kudos to you guys for sticking it out. That seems so long ago to me now, but it was only 4 years ago. And as I have done every year since I've been principal here, I'm going to talk through some history and numbers. So yes, I do reuse this speech every year, but I do tweak it. So bear with me a few more moments. So, around 2007, 2008, you were born. Most of you were born. During that time frame, the U.S. was still involved in the war on terrorism in Iraq and Afghanistan. January 9th, I didn't know this is some new stuff. January 9th, 2007, Apple CEO Steve Jobs introduced the first iPhone. Did you know that? Right when you were born. That spring, Nancy Pelosi became the first female Speaker of the U.S. House of Representatives. So all of you could be Speaker of the House one day. The big one, September 1st, 2007, one of the biggest upsets in college football history. 109,218 fans saw Appalachian State Mountaineer Corey Lynch block a 37-yard field goal attempt with 6 seconds remaining to inspire an epic 34-32 win versus the Michigan Wolverines in Ann Arbor. They were number 5 in the country that year. I can remember where I was and what I was doing that day, but I can't remember what I went to a room for at school and what did I go in here to do. But I can remember that day. In February of that year, February of 2008, Eli Manning was named MVP of the Super Bowl as the New York Giants defeated New England. That same year, February, Fidel Castro, you might have heard him in history. He actually retired as president of Cuba due to ill health after nearly 50 years. The 29th Summer Olympics was held in Beijing in 2008. Barack Obama was the first African-American president elected in the United States, and that was in 2008. So the top movies in that era, 2007, the top movies were Spider-Man 3, Shrek the Third, so apparently that was a good year for third films, although Spider-Man has had like 3 trilogies or something like that. 2008, the top movies were The Dark Knight. Have you seen that? Batman? One of the many, many Batman movies. And Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. So during your early years, around when you were 1, we are fortunate that the Stokes County Commissioners, and along with the leadership of Stokes County Schools and Forsyth Technical Community College, we're in discussion and collaboration about opening a satellite campus of Forsyth Tech in Stokes County. So the school system applied to the Department of Public Instruction in North Carolina to begin a North Carolina Cooperative Innovative High School. And the idea of opening an early college in Stokes County to help with enrollment at the college satellite campus was born. So nearly 17 years ago, August 2009, Mr. Mingus and some others, along with 50 early college high school students, began our school. During the first year, they were actually in the King Northwest Center in Forsyth County until our campus opened in August 2010 with 1 building, We had to share one building, A building, where our office is. We had college classes, they swapped rooms, and a high school class would be there, so that's how it all began. So we added a 10th grade, and so on and so forth. So, 2013-14, what were y'all doing, most of you? Most of you were starting kindergarten around that time. Where did you begin your education? Well, 4 of you started with me, you wee little bitty, at King Elementary. 1 started at Pine Hall, 5 at Mount Olive, 8 started at Poplar Springs, 3 of you started at Sandy Ridge, 3 started at Pinnacle, 3 started at London Elementary, 2 at Walnut Cove here, and 2 at Germantown. 9 of you started your school in North Carolina, but outside of Stokes County schools, and 5 of you started in another state, and 1 of you actually started in another country. Next, you would continue your educational journey to middle school, ultimately finishing 8th grade with 1 from Meadowbrook Academy, 12 from Southeastern, 5 from Piney Grove, 22 from Chestnut Grove, 6 of you from non-Stokes County schools within North Carolina, and 2 in another state. Some more numbers. After middle school, 43 of you made the decision to try something new and challenge yourself by applying to attend Stokes Early College. And you joined the Falcon family as 9th graders. And 3 of you decided a little later to come to our school. These high school years were filled with many different memories. You were able to enjoy several Falcon Fun Fridays, college visits to Appalachian State and Lee's McRae College when the charter bus broke down halfway up the mountain, and we had to wait for another one, and I think that was probably the best part of the trip for some of you. There were no steps there, by the way. So after that, you continued more college trips to Forsyth Tech main campus throughout the years, UNC Charlotte, Catawba, UNC Greensboro, School of the Arts, NC State. We did some school trips. We went to the zoo twice. Some of you joined us last week or earlier this week. We went to Carowinds last year, Hanging Rock State Park a couple of times, Camp Haynes last year. So then, last year, your 11th grade year, you began to transition from a high school heavy course load to a college heavy class load, and many of you began to drive. You were able to attend a couple of school dances and at least 2 proms. Plus, we had some skates nights thrown in and some spirit nights. 39 of you, out of 46, 39 of you remained with us all 4 years, completing your high school graduation requirements. 4 of you graduated this past December. 1 is actually already in a 4-year university. And 3 of you completed the requirements to graduate high school after your 3rd year with us. The class of 2026, this is special. You guys are just the 14th graduating class of our school. And today, we finally broke 500. Today, you become some of the 501 graduate alumni of this prestigious program. Our campus has changed as well. We've added some more buildings, added some trades programs, and we have the nice little campus with the best view in the county that I can believe, especially when you're standing up in the college building looking out the window over the mountain. You should see it when it snows. As early graduates of an early college high school, all of you will graduate not only with your high school diploma, but also with college credit under your belt. And 3 days ago, 33 of you earned an associate degree or a career and technical education certificate or diploma from Forsyth Tech. So congratulations on that accomplishment as well. All right, enough with history and numbers. I'm going to close with a couple of quotes, and yeah, I reuse these, but you may not have heard them. Some of you may have. But the first one, it's fitting. So the first one is from one of my favorite trilogies when I was your age. It was from a character named Dr. Emmett Brown from the 1990 sci-fi film Back to the Future, Part 3. Your future has not been written yet. No one's has. Your future is whatever you make it, so make it a good one. And the second quote is from Sheriff Andy Taylor, from my favorite TV show from the 1960s, The Andy Griffith Show. No, I was not alive then. I watched it in reruns. I put myself to sleep every night watching reruns. So, this quote, well, do a good day's work and act like somebody. This often is used as a reminder to be productive and behave with dignity. So the early college staff has enjoyed being part of your journey. It has been a privilege to be your principal for the past 4 years. Congratulations, we're proud of you. Today is the first day of the rest of your life, so make the best of it. And remember, once a Falcon, always a Falcon. We've had a last-minute change to the program this morning. Unfortunately, Dr. Rice, our superintendent, has been ill the last couple of days. And when this gentleman takes a sick day, he must be sick, because I don't think I've worked with him for 7 or 8 years, and I don't remember him ever taking a sick day. So I know that he would prefer to be here this morning to congratulate you in person, but I know he does send his best wishes and congratulations to you all, and I'm sure he is watching at home. So at this time, I would like to welcome Dr. Paula Dibley to the podium to make a few comments from our higher education partner, Forsyth Technical Community College.
Thank you, Mr. Durham. I appreciate that. Good morning, everyone. To the faculty, staff, families, loved ones, and especially the Stokes County Early College class of 2026, thank you for allowing me to celebrate with all of you today. It's truly a privilege to be able to be here for such an important milestone in all of your lives. And graduates, what an incredible milestone this is. Many of you, as Mr. Durham said, already graduated with your college degree earlier this week from Forsyth Tech, before even officially receiving your high school diploma. I mean, this is an extraordinary accomplishment, is it not? And I think it's worth noting that is something that is unique about the class of 2026 is that this year, you also now have bragging rights that others before you didn't have the chance to have. Because Forsyth Tech this year was named one of the top 25 community colleges in the entire country. I think that's something worth applauding, right? That means that of the more than 1,000 community colleges across this country, you received your college credits and your education at one of the top 2% community colleges in America. And that's extraordinary and something that you should take with you as you move forward in the rest of your journey. You've done something here today and throughout the last 4 years that many people would have thought impossible when you first started this journey. While many students your age were focused only on, high school graduation requirements, you were balancing college classes, deadlines, exams, papers, all the responsibilities and pressures that come with learning how to succeed in these two different worlds at the same time. And you did it. I hope today you allow yourselves a moment to feel fully proud of what that represents, not just proud of the diploma or the credits that you earned, but proud of the perseverance that it takes to get to where you are today. Because I know that it wasn't always easy. And while I have the mic today, he gave it to me, so here I am. I hope you'll indulge me in offering just at least one piece of advice to all of you. And I know that you've probably grown accustomed to adults sharing their words of wisdom with you, especially at this time of year. And just spoiler alert, just so you know, that doesn't stop. We keep doing that over and over again. We love to offer free advice, and unsolicited often. So, if you'll allow me to add myself to the growing list, my advice is this: don't believe everything you think. When I finished my undergraduate degree, I was really burned out. How many of you can relate to feeling that way? Yeah. I was so tired of formal education, of writing papers and intense reading in textbooks. I was like, can I please pick up some young adult fiction, some dystopian fiction, right? I wanted to do something other than all this formal education. So at the time, my then mother-in-law, my now husband's mom, right? But she was, my boyfriend's mom at the time. She was one of the first early college liaisons in the state of North Carolina. And a longtime educator. She asked me, when I thought I'd go back to school. And I told her in no uncertain terms that I was never, ever going back to school, that I was done. And she smiled and nodded and politely told me that I would surely change my mind. And I politely assured her that I would not. So fast forward a few years later to my very first community college graduation. And to be honest, not all that different than the one that many of us shared together on Wednesday night. I remember standing there looking out at our graduates and all of their family and friends and the people there to support them. And, much like all of the people supporting you today, and the energy in the room, the pride that your families are feeling for you, I knew at that moment that I was going to have to eat my words because I was definitely going to go back to school and going to cross that stage. Sure enough, just a few years later, when I got my master's from Carolina, go Tar Heels? Yeah? All right. I had to sheepishly tell my mother-in-law that she was right. And then when I completed my doctorate last year, I had to eat my words just a little bit more. And honestly, all of that taught me something really important, not just academically, but personally. Growth doesn't always feel exciting when you're in it. Sometimes it feels exhausting. Sometimes it feels really uncomfortable. And sometimes it looks like doubt in yourself and stress and wondering if you're capable of doing what you're trying to do. But often, I hope, when you look back later, those are the exact moments that matter the most. When you realize you did something that was really hard and you came out the other side, it means you can keep doing hard things. Today, you've already done something extraordinary that most people wouldn't believe was even possible. I mean, how many of you, when you were in 6th or 7th grade, thought that by the time you graduated high school, you would be walking out of here, with most of an associate degree, if not all of it, right? Any of you? It's extraordinary. Most people, it takes them much longer to do what you have done. So I want this experience to teach you, to prove to you that you can do anything you think you can do, and plenty of things that you think you can't do. Don't believe everything you think. Sometimes you'll be wrong, and sometimes you will simply change your mind. Just because you think it doesn't mean it's a fact. And sometimes, though, the messages in our minds are so convincing that we believe that it must be a fact. I did not think going back to school was for me. But it turns out I was wrong. And I've been wrong many more times, and I'm sure I will be in the future. Don't believe everything you think. And I think many of you already know that at such a young age. You've learned to persevere, how to adapt, how to keep showing up when things get difficult, and how to succeed in places that might feel intimidating at first. These lessons are going to matter far more than any diploma or degree that we can give you. So just know that wherever life takes you, right off to a university or into a career, I hope you remember this version of yourself, the one that persevered through a lot of hard things, the one that was brave, to try something hard very early. The version sitting here today proving that you are capable of more than you thought possible. Thank you for letting Forsyth Tech be a part of your journey and for allowing me to be part of it today. Graduates, congratulations again. We're all so proud of you.
Hello, everybody. Even better. Hello, everybody. I'm Lucas, but it's not about me right now. It's my pleasure to introduce Mr. Stephen Lewis. Mr. Lewis is our social studies teacher, but most of you heard his professional spiel at awards day. The more important part of Mr. Lewis is that he's been one of the most influential figures in our lives. With all the mock trials, all the presentations, and all the hand-breaking tests, while those were all cool and important, the more important thing was the role model he was for us, the model he set for us to follow. So it's my pleasure to not just introduce our social studies teacher, but to introduce one of the kindest, generous, patient people we know, Mr. Stephen Lewis.
Well, thanks for having me up here. When I first heard that I was going to be the guest speaker today, I was immediately nervous. I'm used to speaking in front of 10 to 20 people at a time, but speaking in front of like 100, 200, however many people are here, it's scary. But as soon as I got here today, looked out into this room, I realized that everybody's here for one reason. Right? We're here to celebrate you guys. There's a lot of love, there's a lot of support here today. And how could I be nervous on a beautiful day like this? So I'd like to start out by thanking the senior class for inviting me to speak to them as a group one final time. It means so much to me that on a day we are gathered to celebrate your accomplishments, that you felt the desire to allow me to help commemorate this moment. Some days I come to school and I still feel like I have no clue what I'm doing, but I know that I make a difference when I see the same faces stopping by to say hello or to talk about how their lives are going. Sometimes it's easy to get caught up in the curriculum of what I'm supposed to be teaching or what you're supposed to be learning, that it's easy to overlook the real difference we make on a day-to-day basis. The writer, Ralph Waldo Emerson, once said, "To know even one life has breathed easier because you have lived, that is to have succeeded." So this is probably the highest honor I've ever received. Also, congratulations. You have made it to this milestone event in your lives. Big things are ahead, but also doubt, uncertainty, or adventure if you look at it through the right lens. Today is a day of farewells and new beginnings, and I'd like to take this opportunity to give you some words of advice too, that I wish somebody gave me. Or maybe they did, and I was just too worried about things I couldn't control, and I didn't listen. So the first piece of advice I have for you guys before you head on your way today is to never stop learning. Naturally, you've spent most of your life up to this point in school being forced to learn. Some lessons, hopefully you found them interesting, profound. Some you definitely didn't. But learning doesn't stop here. Hopefully it will continue on into the future and for the rest of your lives. The easiest way I've found to constantly learn new things is by staying curious about the world around us. In the last 5 years, I've taught myself how to sew, started taking photographs on film, painted. More recently, I started reading books again for the first time, by my choice. So I started with the classics, and I've gone back to read those books that I was forced to read in school, but I never really gave a chance. In fact, I finished Lord of the Flies last night, so there's always something new out there. You'll be surprised to learn how much you actually enjoy by choosing something you are interested in, instead of being made to by a force you can't control. But learning will look different for everyone. It may look like moving to a new place, trying new foods, talking to people from a different part of the world, having a family of your own, or by simply taking a different way home from school or work. If life is ever feeling too overwhelming, stop. Take a deep breath. Take a look around and try to find something new that you've never seen before. There are always new things to learn, new things to see, and new things to do if you look at life the right way. Take that curiosity with you, and you will never live a boring life. My next piece of advice is that it's okay to take chances. It's okay if you fail. We all do, but it is the experience that matters. We learn more from our failures than we do our successes. Taking those chances can be scary. Moving away from home, starting a new job, going off to college, getting on a plane for the first time that I'm going to do this June, having kids, starting over, and even asking for help. These are all things that come with a lot of fear and a lot of uncertainty. You may have thoughts like, what if I fail? What if they say no? What if people judge me? What if it doesn't turn out the way I've planned it in my head? We all have the same worries. These are all thoughts that still run through my head sometimes. But also, like, what if? What if everything works out? All that time we spend worrying can be better spent focusing on the positive. Worrying is one of the worst ways to use our imagination. Anything that is worth doing is probably going to be nerve-wracking. You can't be brave unless you are first afraid. And everything will work out, just like it always does. You just have to take that next step. Before you know it, you can look back and realize that you've gone on a grand adventure. And hopefully, you can recognize that while you're still on the adventure and not looking back when it's already over. Remember to have fun. It doesn't matter where life takes you, whether you're going to be an electrician, a scientist, nurse, baker, artist, accountant, engineer, or if you find yourself on a completely different journey that you haven't even imagined yet. Take pride in what you do and make the best of it. Not every day will be easy, but if you can make your days fun and you can make the people around you feel important, even a little bit, at the end of every day, you should be able to look back and find some joy. Don't forget the kid that is still within you. For some of you, that kid was forced to grow up before you were ready. Life comes at you fast, carrying plenty of responsibilities, but that kid is still there. When life gets dark, your inner child can always be a source of light to help you find happiness again. If you can think all the way back to freshman year, you may remember that we had a balloon in class. The balloon was blue, had a green T-Rex on it. The T-Rex was wearing sunglasses. Every day we would come in, monitor the height of the balloon, then go about the day like usual. We would laugh, make jokes. Some days it would look lower than the rest. We'd move it around the room. I think the last few days we put it in hospice. But after 2.5 months, it was time to put it down. It could have simply been thrown away and forgotten, but instead we did something that seems kind of ridiculous because it was ridiculous. But we gave the balloon a funeral service, complete with a eulogy. Antonio wrote a poem. Karma baked a cake, brought it in. We all celebrated. We even gave it a 21 staple salute. I still have the tribute slideshow in my Google Drive. The balloon is still there, stapled to the wall. Every year, the new freshmen come in and ask, of course, like, why is there a balloon stapled to the wall? They'll never know the full story, but it is the memory that we all share that makes it important to me, and a constant reminder to have fun. As you head out those doors in a few minutes, tassels turned, heads held high, families and loved ones proudly looking on, and maybe a few tears in your eyes. Take the time to appreciate the moment. You may be ready to leave and not look back, or you may have lunch plans or graduation parties to get to, but I encourage you to stick around, just for a little bit. Take those pictures, take in the smiles, laughter, and love. This will be the last time everybody is here together in one place. No matter where you go in life, you will always be connected to this place and to these people. When you came to us, you were just baby falcons in the nest. Now you are ready to take flight. You may and probably will hit a few branches on the way, but if you trust your wings, you will fly high. So congratulations to the class of 2026 here in a few minutes. Thank you for having me.
Our first student speaker is Mr. Byron Bullens. Byron is the son of Amy and Bobby Bullens. He currently resides in Sandy Ridge, and he will be continuing his education at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill to pursue a degree in business administration. We're very proud of your hard work, Byron, and your success. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2026, salutatorian, Mr. Byron Bullens.
Wakey, wakey, eggs and bakey. I'm here now, so that means we're about halfway through, so don't fall asleep on us now. As mentioned, my name is Byron Bullens, and I'm the class of 2026 salutatorian. I was given 48 hours to write and prepare a speech for today. I didn't start until about 12 hours ago. I had to do a little research on how to make a speech for this occasion, and the best thing that I could find is that it needs to be from the heart and genuine. So I'm going to give it a shot. Now, it is an emotional day for many as we graduate, move on to our next step in life, and start figuring out what we need to do on our own. But we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for our parents, our friends, teachers, and mentors, because they have helped us achieve all we have. However, let's not forget that we ourselves have put into school these past few years. From getting to high school and starting college-level courses the very first semester, to beginning online classes that compress 16 weeks into 8 weeks. Now, that might sound really easy, but it's really time-consuming, especially for someone that procrastinates like myself. We entered the early college only knowing a handful of people, but leaving today knowing our entire class and being able to hold a long conversation with each and every one of us. I don't think there are many schools that you can do that at, so I am thankful for that experience. In the end, we got through it all and are about to receive our high school diplomas. I would not change anything about these past 4 years because, as Mark Twain once said, never regret anything that made you smile. As I'm getting ready to finish here, class of 2026, stand up and look around. Look at who is here, because these people sitting here in the crowd today will always believe in you, even during your highs and lows. They believed in you this far, so why would they stop now? I hope everyone will carry on with their dreams. I will be glad to see you all down the road. Thank you.
Our last student speaker is Miss Danielle Delk. Danielle is the daughter of Tracy and Michael Delk. She currently resides in King. She's not going very far. She's going right down the road to Wake Forest University to pursue a degree in philosophy with minors in politics and bioethics. We've been blessed by her positivity. Ladies and gentlemen, the class of 2026 valedictorian, Danielle Delk.
Graduates, I have a question for you. What do you think is the most important lesson you've ever been told or taught? I know that's a really big question for about 10:30 a.m., but just think a bit about it. And while you think, and before I share my answer, I would just like to say, congratulations, you made it here. And I would also like to thank everyone here, teachers, family, friends, and graduates, of course. You are here because you are special to the class of 2026 in some way. Whether you are a graduate yourself, you taught one, or you're one of the 10 very important people we asked to be here. All of you helped us make it to graduation, and we could not have done it without you. Back to my question. The most important lesson. Personally, I learned the importance of this a bit late, living in the moment. It seems like a fairly simple concept, and it is, right? I don't know about you, but I am now standing here, and it doesn't feel like I've taken a single moment to appreciate where I am in a while. So it all went by so fast, and let's do it now. Let's take this moment to reflect a bit. You, the COVID sixth graders, because that's how we measure time, everything since COVID happened. You're sitting here, and you are graduating. After countless hours of homework and projects and essays and the discussion boards with meaningless response posts sometimes, you made it, and you're about to cross the stage and move your tassel and officially close the chapter of your life. It feels like it all went by in a blink of an eye, so fast it feels difficult to appreciate it. Now, this is your last day as a Stokes Early College High School student, and I don't think I've ever said the full name of our school until today. It is the last day we all sit with all of our teachers and the peers in the room right now. During school, we probably all complained about the amount of work we had, or the exams that are coming up, or maybe about the burnt popcorn smell in the buildings after someone burnt it, which happens very often, more often than you would think. But now it's ending, and so are the lunch conversations, the fun discussions, or Shakespeare acting days in Miss Smith's or Miss Lemons' class, the outdoor days with Mr. Price, the trials and debates with Mr. Mingus and Mr. Lewis, and I'm not gonna cry, and all the fun math songs we learned from Miss Cook, and every fun moment in between. Think about all the fond memories here, times with your friends. I didn't think I was gonna cry, honestly. Going out to eat during the free periods, getting ice cream at the milk bar, fun club activities, Interact, Amnesty, Outdoor Club. And that one time, as Mr. Durham so gracefully said, the bus broke down on the way to Appalachian State, and we all stood on the side of the road and took pictures with the stop sign and just had a blast. I'm gonna tell you something, if it isn't already obvious. Today's a day full of laughs. We woke up to our last day of high school, our last day seeing each other as peers, our last days of our childhood before starting into adulthood. Perhaps you have other lasts you're experiencing now. For me, tonight's my last dance competition, my last time competing my solo, and my last time sitting at award ceremonies that go on for hours. For others, spring sports are ending. Clubs have just a few more activities before they come to the close. And your other extracurriculars are likely ending soon too, and you might not even have realized it yet. So much is ending in the next few months, right? It's a day full of laughs, but tomorrow will be full of firsts. Soon, you might be doing the long list of things colleges are asking you to do before you have your first day in August. Maybe you'll be starting your first day of your career, and maybe you'll find a path that you never expected to take. It's exciting, and it's also scary and fun and sad and happy all at once. I say this just to tell you to live in the moment and around the people and places you love. Because what was it, the day before yesterday when we started high school? It really feels like it. But it was 1,377 days ago, give or take a few, because I did not go look back on the exact first day of school in August of 2022. The point is, life moves quickly even when you don't want it to. We do not typically appreciate the moments until they are memories. So next time you have a group project or just a casual lunch hangout, live in the moment like you know it will become a memory. These moments don't last forever. Earlier, I asked you about the most important lesson you learned. Here's mine. Do not rush. Take your time. You have it. Celebrate both the big and small accomplishments because you deserve it. Appreciate your people. You never know when you're living in a moment you will one day look back on and wish you were there again. We spend so much time waiting and anticipating and sometimes regretting that we forget we are in the now. So before we all go our separate ways, let's take one last moment to appreciate our friends and family and this milestone we've reached. Congratulations, class of 2026. I'm so beyond proud of everyone here. Chase your dreams, thank your family, and keep in touch. Go do great things because I know you can. And of course, take your time. Thank you.
Please be respectful as we call the graduates' names to ensure that every name is heard. Mr. Durham, I present to you the class of 2026. Austin Gage Allen. Danny Ray Austin III. Nefertiri Criselda Aguilara Avilés. Savannah Brooke Bailey. Lillian Ray Berry. Mason Anthony Batista. Carly Alana Batancourt. Byron Nathaniel Bullens. Karma Jade Craver. Joshua Reese Deaton. Danielle Ann Delk. Bailey Marie Duncan. Amber Kaylin Feuerberg. Kendall Allen Frederick. Ella Rose Fuertes. Victoria Maria Gomez. Ethan McKinley Harper. Cheyenne Grace Harold. Jesse Wyatt Harold. Bryson Tanner Hill. Cash Whalen Honeycutt. William Keegan James. Ariana Quinn Juarez. Benjamin Hugh Julian. Emily Dawn Krisiak. Lucas Zhang McKinney. Dalton Page Messer. Antonio Enrique Mejenez in absentia. Jaden Luke Moore. Aaron Osborne. Alicia Roa Hernandez. Madison Elizabeth Roberts. Rebecca Casella Roberts. Emma Beth Schubert. Corinne Elise Seaman. Luke Lane Sell. Samuel Reed Shore. Natalia Anna Sachunis. Evelyn Elizabeth Smith. Layla Patricia Anna Stostida. Elise Gabrielle Annette Stinson. Destiny Salen Taylor. Connor James Temples. Adrian Vargas Velasquez. Logan Brian Welch. McKenna Lee Whitaker.
Are you ready? I think this is a first. Some of you are. Are you ready? You may not be, but you will be. We're proud of you. You're going to do great things. And we'll be here. We'll still be here for you. Come back and see us, okay? Graduates, please rise. By the power vested in me by the state of North Carolina and the Stokes County Board of Education, as principal of Stokes Early College High School, I declare that each member of the class of 2026 has met state and local requirements, officially defining you as high school graduates. Graduates, you may move your tassels. As we prepare for the class of 2026 to recess, we ask guests to please remain at your seat until the graduates have left the gymnasium, and you may meet them in the lobby or outside. Thank you for joining us today. Please stand as the class of 2026 recesses.
Took my love, took it down. I climbed a mountain and I turned around, and I saw my reflection in snow-covered hills till the landslide brought me down. Oh, mirror in the sky, what is love? Can the child within my heart rise above? Can I sail through the changing ocean tides? Can I have